Hi guys. So I'm coming to you with my own feed tonight because there's no Nerdcasters, but I still wanted to do a breakdown slash opinion piece on Game of Thrones. So it was season 8, episode 5. Um, Scorched Earth is a good name for it. Because that's exactly what it was, except it was the victors who scorched the earth. Anyway, so everybody has opinions about this, and first of all, I just want to acknowledge all of the hard work that went into the show. That's amazing. Incredibly complicated shots, amazing effects. You did 2 times. You had 20 guys set on fire. You had an actor thrown into a wall for 2 days. It was great. We got Clegane Bowl. We got Dane Bowl. All of that anticipated, wonderful. Arya's character, it's a great point of view. Fantastic performances and moments all around. Of course, there is an enormous standard with Game of Thrones, whether we specifically enjoy the plot point or not. Although this might be a good time to acknowledge that I think that there's a difference between plot and story. And story is kind of just hitting the points, hit the points, like check off the list, check off the list. Did we do this, do this, do this, and then we're done, and we can move on to Star Wars. And welcome to season 8. Whereas you have plot is set up for seasons beforehand, and let's just call a spade a spade. The fact of the matter is, Dan and Dave threw away everything that was being done. We were warned by George R.R. Martin. We were warned by actors in interviews. They didn't really know what to say about the finale. I mean, seriously, go back and watch some of these interviews. We were warned that even the actors were kind of like, yeah, best show ever. Yeah. So, okay. So George R.R. Martin warned us that a huge priority this season was to not be predictable. Unfortunately, what that meant was everything that had been laid out, given fantastic foundations, whether it was a character point or a plot point, every season before this, and especially the early seasons when George R.R. Martin was incredibly involved and things were very much in line with the books, all of that was just thrown away. Just thrown away. And that's abundantly clear. Like, you have this fantastic story arc for Jaime Lannister and his redemption. And I mean, in this episode, sorry, he might as well have not even left King's Landing. Are you kidding me? That's it. He just goes back and it. Okay, so dragon in the room, Dany. Okay, every time I try to break this down, I just get incredibly sidetracked. So I'm just gonna say this, and that's it. I wanted a 3-dimensional female character maintaining her badassery all until the end. What we just got was a 2-dimensional caricature of a female character. You're telling me that after everything she's been through, every time it was made abundantly clear she was compassionate and had mercy, not perfect, but God damn it, a great leader, somebody we were happy to stand behind. She loses her shit because her boyfriend broke up with her and she wasn't Miss Popular. Seriously? That's where y'all are going with this. That's how this is going to be summed up. I have a puppy in the shot. Hi. That's Mama. That's my girl. I have another girl outside the door, but that's my real girl. We're like this. Anyway, you had an amazing character in television history. She's riding a dragon. She's riding a dragon, and it's not stupid. It's really cool to see and to watch. She's riding a dragon. She has a fight with her boyfriend, and in a part of the Seven Kingdoms, they don't like her as much as they like someone else. So she loses her shit. Are you kidding me? It's not just everything. She's always known. No, it's not a matter of cutting yourself off from it to the point where you become inhuman, but if you created a character who understands what she's getting into, understands the decisions she has to make and the things she has to lose. She has tried to make it clear to the people who follow her that you could die for me. But I am trying to remember that you could die for me. Like, she's always tried to be this person. And suddenly, she doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's just going to kill babies. That's not Dany. That's not the character who is set up. That's not anybody that we've seen. And this whole thing about, well, she's a Targaryen, so she's going to go mad. No, you don't understand what mad is. If you've read the books and you've read about the previous Targaryens who were called historically referred to as mad, no. Insanity. What they did in their own court to their own people, like the Mad King was just the tip of the iceberg. They were sadistic, they were horrible, they were bloodthirsty, they were insane. Erratic and insane. Dany had a couple of bad weeks. Like, you don't create a character with this much power who has made these decisions and sacrifices and had all of these bad things happen to them and to people that they loved and come out of it on the other side stronger and better and more determined to just throw it all away. You just threw it all away. Like, you took away the fact that we know that Dany can't, you do not underestimate her. Every person who's ever underestimated her has paid for it. She's smart. She's capable. She's willing. To have her trip before the finish line would have been one thing. You just had her like turn around and stab everybody else coming behind her. And then everybody else in the arena who was cheering her on. That's completely different. So I'm not happy. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I feel like you just threw everything away and you lost an opportunity to have an amazing character go out. Even if she hadn't won, even if she had to die, even if something horrible had to happen. She's now worthless. She now doesn't matter. You just chopped her down. That's such a waste. It was such a waste of so many seasons and so many great things. And woman who rode a dragon, who brought to life 3 dragons for nothing. Anyway, that's how I feel about this episode. I will be watching the finale because I'm invested. I still want to see where they're going with this. But honestly, part of me is just praying to God that this is the Bob Newhart show. And we're going to see Dany wake up from some seance she's had with Bran. And he's going to say, so that's one of the outcomes. What are you going to do? Like that. Good. That would have been great. Because again, all of these characters, all of this setup, like Bran, Sam, they've all been thrown away. Everything's been thrown away. And then Dany tossed aside. Like, it made sense when she was telling Jon, don't tell anybody. 1, our relationship will be over and I do love you. And 2, you will be taking away from me what I wanted and you will be forced to fight for something you don't want. It will be war because I have people backing me and you have people backing me. And that's the way that these things are. It's not as simple as abdicating. It's not as simple as standing down, but so she was right. I mean, the last time Jon had any power, he was murdered because he doesn't know how to play the game. Dany was determined to learn how to play the game, and she was smart, and she was good at it. She was capable. Like, first acknowledgement, you gotta be a bitch to be a good leader. Because you have to be selfless in all of these ways, but you also have to be selfish. You have to be willing to put your agenda before compassion for an individual. If you firmly believe that your agenda is what's better for everybody at the end of the day, but it's being a leader means sacrificing everything you want personally. Your life doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to the people. There's a lot of reasons why John didn't want it. And it's because he's not an idiot either. He's not built for this. He's trying to do what's right because he can, but he wasn't built for it either. Dany was. That's what everything created by George R.R. Martin, every circumstance she's had to go through meant. It was meant to show us that she was built for this, and it just got thrown away. So there you go. Okay, now I'm really done. I will be back next week to talk about saying goodbye to Game of Thrones. And I hope you guys have a great week. I'll be posting some more vids the next couple of days. They'll be a little more personal. One of them will probably be a follow-up to the hashtag husband, not father. In my case, it's boyfriend, not father. Go ahead and look it up if you don't know what that is, but I have a bunch of stories to share with you guys about what that means. Probably try to answer a few questions that have popped up the last couple of years on my social media, and yeah. So try to stay a little more on track with that one. Anyway, say bye, my mama. Bye, guys.